morning students of standard 4th ICSE. Today I am going to teach you English literature from the Radiant Reader book, lesson number 4. Lesson number 11, The Cruel King of the Jungle Part 2. As we have studied in the previous lesson, in the previous part 1, how the king of the jungle, that is the lion, was the king of the jungle, and how he was cruel and he used to play tricks and he used to kill the animals, and how he used to, and he called himself the king of the jungle, and he was very terrible king and a cunning king, and he used to play the trick and he used to pounce on the animal and kill them, and so he was also known as the beast of the jungle, and he frightened the other animals. And how the poor animals gathered in the forest, in the jungle, and wanted to get rid of the lion, and how there was a big gathering of animals, where various animals like the buffaloes, the goats, the sheep, and monkeys, horses, foxes, snakes, squirrels, jackals, and many birds also came. And then crows and vultures, kites, and various birds also came, and they began to discuss about the wicked lion, how cruel ruler he was trying to trick each animal, and then how they were telling them that how the deer said by saying that he can escape as he can run swiftly, and then the lion used to play tricks with the deer also, and he used to catch them, and the bull said that he's a rodeo, and he bounces on us like cunning, and he spear with a strong, otherwise the bull would have pierced him with strong horns right through his body, and he would have thrown him in the air. And all the other animals began to complain about the lion, and how the jackal was listening to this conversation and was most unhappy. Why? Because the lion, whatever the lion is to eat the meal, and the remaining meal was eaten by the jackal. That is, even you say jackal. And how the jackal always got his food from the lion, and he was unhappy because they were planning to get rid, and as if they were trying to kill the lion, then the jackal would have problem to have his meal, or he will be unable to have his meal, as he used to every day have the meat which was left by the lion. So the jackal therefore wanted the lion to live. So he quickly slipped out of the meeting, and he went. And the next day he went to the speaker and the meeting, and then the fox said that let us decide, and they decided that we will send one animal every day, so that we do not have that fear, and so they decided. So the crow said very smartly that you only start the trend, and he said that you only begin the first one, you only go for the meal of the lion for the first day. So the fox got frightened, and he said, okay, I agree. First he got frightened, but he agreed, and he said, okay, I will go, but the next day you need to follow me, and the next day you need to go. And they had a hearty laugh, and the crow, however, stopped laughing, and the fox had a good plan. They all chose one of us, and let us choose one of us, and we will send each day each animal and to become the meal of the lion. But the lion will not agree, the bull said, but the vulture said that I will definitely, I'll make sure that I'll fly to him tomorrow and tell him about the plan. Now let us continue the next part of the second lesson. The Cruel King of the Jungle, Part 2. It's on page number 56. The vulture flew over the lion's den. So he flew over the lion's den. Now den is a place where the lion lives. Okay. So, and the vulture. So the vulture had planned up that he is going to go and convey the plan which all the animals had decided. He was surprised to see the jackal there. So he was surprised. He was very, if someone unknowingly you meet someone, so that is surprise. It's on your birthday, like your grandmother who's staying out of Pune or out of the city or town, and suddenly gives a surprise visit. So that is called a surprise. He hid himself and heard what the jackal was saying to the lion. So he hid himself and heard what the jackal was saying to the lion. So already the jackal had already gone and he approached to the king. He went to the king. "O king of the jungle," said the jackal, "all the animals are planning to kill you." So he just wanted to convey in a wrong way. So he said that all the animals will be himself on the tree and were planning to kill him. The lion roared, "Who can ever kill me? Am I not the king of all the beasts?" So he said that he is the king of the beasts, and he roared. Roared is the sound made by the animal, by the lion. So he said, and he actually told a lie. Jackal told a lie that they are planning to kill you. In fact, what did the animals decided? That they will send one animal every day for the meat of the lion, so that everybody is having not so much of fear. Just then the vulture sat down and perched himself on a tree nearby. So just then, the vulture was hiding, and then he suddenly came. So soft means what? Move rapidly downwards through the air. So he was hiding and he was listening. So now he moved from the air and he came downwards and perched, alight or rest on something. So he flew from up and came downwards and he sat. He rested on the branch of the tree. And then he said, "O king, do not listen to the cunning jackal. I have brought for you a plan from all the animals to give you food daily." So he said that do not listen what the jackal is saying. He is telling a lie. I have brought for you a good plan so that you can have your daily food. Each day, one of us will come to you to become your meal. Now, meal is food. So he said he planned, as they had already planned. So each day, one of the animal will be the meal, will be the food for the lion. So they said that the vulture had come to convey this only. He wanted to come and tell the lion about this only, that they had planned, that they will send one of the animals every day for his meal. The lion, who was getting old, said to himself. Now the lion was getting old and he said to himself, "That seems to be a good plan." So he said, "Oh wow, it's a good plan and I'm getting old. So it is a good plan," as if that he doesn't need to hunt and every day he's getting the meal without doing much hunting. And so he said, "Okay, good plan. I will get my meal every day without any trouble." So he asked the vulture that will I get every day the meal without any trouble, without any problem? Trouble means problem. He therefore said, "I like your plan. Send me the animals one by one from tomorrow." So the lion said, "Okay, I like your plan. So you send each day or every day one animal." While the lion and the vulture were talking, the cunning jackal slipped out of the sight quietly. So the cunning animal, because why is sending cunning? Because he was cunning, because he was only thinking about himself. Because he was getting the food which was left by the lion. The food which was eaten by the lion and the left part of the food was eaten by the lion. So he was very cunning. He slipped out. He moved out. He quietly moved out of the sight quietly. What do you mean by sight? The place. From that sight or from that place, and he quietly moved out. From the next day, an animal went to the lion every morning. So, and then when the vulture had conveyed and the lion had agreed, so every day they started sending each animal every day and never came back. And every morning and they never came back. The lazy and the greedy lion greatly enjoyed his daily meal. Now the lazy, he has become lazy because he was getting it already without any trouble of hunting. He was getting as he was thinking that he's getting old and he did not wanted to move for hunting in the jungle, and he was getting. So he got lazy and greedy. He was greedy that I want the food, and so he was given an adjective that he was lazy and greedy. Greatly enjoyed his daily meal. Daily means every day. Okay, so he was enjoying his meal every day. Every day he was eating the food because he was without any trouble. He was having his meal. And at last it was a turn of a wise little rabbit. Now every day they were sending, and now it was a chance of the day when the little rabbit was going to have be the meal of the lion. There was gloom all over the rabbit's home that day. So what do you mean by gloom, children? It means a state of depression. So there was sadness because he was going to be the meal of the lion and he will be killed. So there was gloom every day. On that day at the rabbit's home, he said goodbye to his family and friends and walked slowly along the bank of the lake. Bank of the lake means side of the lake. So he greeted. He said goodbye to his family and to his rabbit's family and his friends. And he walked slowly. He walked slowly along the bank of the lake. So he was walking slowly because he was thinking that he is going to be killed, and he was a little sad for that. The poor rabbit was trembling with fear and was counting his last hours. So he was trembling. Now what do you mean by trembling? Shaken involuntarily. Involuntary means he did not have any way through which he could escape. So he was, because all the animals had planned and it was his day, so he had to go. And was counting his last hours. So he sat brooding on the bank of the lake. So he started brooding. Brooding means engaged in deep thoughts and worrying. So he was worrying also, and he was thinking also, what should I do? Like suppose you are in a trouble. So you keep on thinking, what should I do, or what is the way through which I can get rid of the problem of mine, or through which I can solve my problem. So he was also brooding on the bank of the lake. Suddenly he had an idea. So he got an idea, he got a plan. So he ran to the lion's den. So he went to the lion's den where the lion was residing, where the lion was staying. So he went to the den. The lion was furious as he had taken a lot of time to go towards the lion or go towards lion's den. So he was furious, he was angry, extremely angry, or you can see. So he was extremely angry. Why are you so late? With a furious, angrily he said that, why are you so late? He wrote, you have kept me hungry. So he had kept the lion hungry because he reached late to the lion's den. So he was very furious and was angry. Oh king, said the rabbit. So he said, oh great king, said the rabbit, I was late because another big lion chased me. So he moved me. He was trying to chase me out. He wanted to eat me up. He was planning to eat me up. But I ran fast and escaped. Escape means through which you just escape from him. So he moved from another lion and he came towards the lion's den. What exclaimed? Lion. So he made a sound. Exclaim means with a great expression. So he said, what exclaimed? Who is that? Who is the beast? Take me to him. I will kill him first and then have my dinner. So he said, who is the another beast? As in, I am the king of the beasts. So he said, who is the another beast? Take me towards there and I will kill the animal first and then I will have my dinner. The brave rabbit led. Led means followed the angry lion to a cliff. So he went to the cliff, a steep rock face, especially at the edge of the sea. So he went to the steep rock face, especially at the edge of the sea. So he went towards the sea area. Right below was the lake. The lion saw his own image in it and he began to snarl. Now what do you mean by snarl? It means make an aggressive growl. Okay, with an aggressive sound he right below there was a lake. And the lion saw his own image. Image means reflection, or you're seeing reflection you see in the water or in the mirror. Seeing your own self, that is called image. And he began to snarl. The lion in the image also snarled. So as it was his own reflection, so the way he was snarling, so the same reflection you could see in the sea. And the clever rabbit shouted, That's the another lion, sir. So he said, see, that is the another lion. As you can see in this picture, you can see the picture where the reflection of the lion is being seen in the water, okay, in the cliff. The king of the jungle was mad with anger. He jumped at once into the lake and was drowned. Okay, so the king of the jungle was mad and anger with anger. He was so furious that who is the another animal and who has come and he is taking himself his position or his this that he wants to eat the animal. So he got very angry. He jumped at once into the lake and was drowned. So he got drowned, and the rabbit ran fast to give the good news to all the beasts. And the birds. So he was so happy that he went to the rabbit, to all the animals. Okay, the beasts are the animals. So he went to all the animals and the birds, and he shared this good news that the lion was angry and he got drowned. Drowned means like when you die yourself and you are unable to move, you are unable to sing. So he got drowned. The animals were very happy and shouted with joy, hooray, for the clever rabbit. So they gave the rabbit a title that he was very clever, because this smart idea or this smart trick had made the rabbit and all the animals happy, because they got rid of the cruel lion. Let us make him the king. The new king first order was, let us punish the cunning jackal. So the rabbit was very happy, and his first so they decided that he will become the king. The rabbit will make the rabbit the king, and so then he gave a statement, and his first decision was, let us punish the cunning jackal. So the word meanings are. I hope you have understood the lesson. So how the clever rabbit played a trick and he tried to save all the animals from the cruel lion. Okay, and the lion was so furious that he didn't understand that he could see his own reflection. He thought that he is the another king, and he was trying to harm the king, harm the another animal, but he himself got drowned into the water. Now stop, move rapidly downwards through air. Perch, alight, or rest on something. Gloom, a state of depression. Tremble, shake involuntarily. Brooding, engaged in deep thought and worry. Furious, extremely angry. Cliff, cliff, a steep rock, space especially at the edge of the sea. So you see this at the edge of the sea. Snarl, make an aggressive growl, summon. Okay, which of the following statements are true or false? The lion listened quietly to what the jackal had to say. False. The lion liked the vulture's plan because he was getting old through. Another animal was brought by the jackal to the lion every day. False. It was being that they had already planned. The vulture and all the animals had planned that they will send every day one animal for the meat for the lion. The poor rabbit, trembling with fear, ran to the lion's den. True. The rabbit was chased by the another animal. False. He was not being chased, but he had planned a trick. He had tricked. All the animals were happy when the lion was drowned. True. Who said it? Who said the following and in what situation? That's the another lion. So the rabbit said these words to the lion, and he said this because he had tricked the lion, and the lion could see his own reflection, his own image in the pond, in the sea, or in the water. Am I not the king of all the beasts? The lion said, and because he was very furious, then who is the another animal who has come to take my place or take my position? Because I am only the king of all the beasts. Hooray for the clever rabbit. So all the animals said, because they got rid from the lion, or they were happy because the lion had gone, and they were happy that henceforth they will not be a meal for the lion. Each day one of us will come to you and become your meal. So these words the vulture said these words. Okay, and then because all the animals had gathered around and they had planned that they will send one animals every day. Let us punish the cunning jackal. So the clever rabbit said this because as he had become the king and had how cleverly he made a plan and got rid of the cunning lion, and all the animals were happy. I will kill him first and then begin and then have my dinner. So the lion said these words when he said that because he was furious when he heard that from the rabbit that there is another lion who has come and he wanted to make me as a meal. So he was very furious and he was angry. So he said that first I will go and try to meet that the another lion and then I will have my dinner. I hope you have understood the lesson, children. Write these, look at the situation and look who said the following in what situation. You can write it in your notebook, and read the lesson, learn the meanings, and do true or false in the textbook only.